Good evening. Firefighters in the West Midlands are being balloted on possible strike action over employment contracts for new staff. The Fire Brigade Union says West Midlands Fire Service is riding roughshod over existing national agreements and assigning its members non-firefighting tasks.
The service disagrees, saying budget cuts mean workers need to be more flexible, and it hinted that any other path could lead to redundancies. Andy Bevan has our top story.
More than 100 firefighters were at a mass meeting at Kingshurst in Solihull this afternoon, with a similar number expected at a second gathering in Cradley Heath at 7 o'clock tonight. Members of the Fire Brigades Union are being balloted on possible strike action over contracts being issued to new or returning staff, which allow West Midlands Fire Service to deploy them on non-firefighting work. Some tasks include the transportation of social care patients from hospital to home and other duties which their union says are outside nationally agreed roles. It says that will lead to a two-tier workforce, as existing firefighters are not affected.
It takes a certain type of person to run into a burning building, but it also takes a certain type of person to deal with people who are essentially at their end of life of care, or those who are very seriously ill. Our members are not used to that type of work, and it causes all sorts of issues with their health and well-being in order to deal with this work. So we find this work totally inappropriate.
West Midlands Fire Service is branching out into other lines of work in an attempt to generate income. In an exchange of letters between the service and the FBU, there is mention of possible redundancies if the new contracts are scrapped.
Currently, they are leading the way on this issue, which is pretty disgraceful. We've got national arrangements for discussing firefighter contracts. The West Midlands are part of that process, and yet they have unilaterally gone off and imposed these new contracts on these new joiners that are completely different to the contracts every other firefighter in the country is working to.
West Midlands Fire Service say they're disappointed by the FBU's plans to hold a ballot that could lead to industrial action. They say they're committed to finding a resolution through continued discussions and consultation. The Chief Fire Officer said, "I'm disappointed by the announcement of a ballot by the FBU. However, I'm very hopeful that we will be able to arrive at joint solutions, and I want to continue working with the FBU to resolve these issues and avoid industrial action." Ballot papers will go out tomorrow to all FBU members in the West Midlands, and the result will be known at the end of May. If strike action is agreed, it could start in mid-June. Andy Bevan, ITV News.